now. Oh God, and there's lots of people there. Wow. This is how good a presenter I am. Oh my God, there's people watching.
People.
What are you doing? No, this
quick hide.
You can't see me. It's fine. Right. So, hello. It is Friday, the Flumph of Nerve, the 31st of January. Finally, January.
It's Brexit Day. That's what it is.
A very sad day today. So we're no longer in Europe. They're cutting us off, and they're floating out to sea, going bye, or au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen, and all of that to us. Europe don't care that we're in or not. They're like, you make your own mistakes. You go then.
Yeah.
Throw your toys out of the pram and you go.
Bye then, bye.
Did you see on the news yesterday when they were singing Auld Lang Syne?
Oh no.
In the European Union, whatever it's called, they were all singing Auld Lang Syne, and then Anne Widdecombe was there, and she stood up, and then a few of the others said, "Oh, I'm not singing, and you can just get out and whatever."
Yeah.
And it was quite amusing to watch.
But it should have been like the rest of the European Parliament just going, "Okay, go then. Okay, bye."
Yeah, a few people were like that, but somebody else gave a really nice speech saying, "Oh, it's really sad to see you go, and you've helped us, win a couple of wars and all this stuff."
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot of mixed feelings there.
Yeah.
But then all the Brits stood up and waved their flags, and that's when they got cross with us. They said, "Sit down, stop waving your flags."
Absolutely. Just because we were once an empire, and now we're just lowly old Great Britain. We're just on our own now, getting floated out towards America. Yay!
Yeah, giving us a shot.
But, however, like Andrea pointed out earlier, there is one good thing about today, isn't there?
Yeah, Adam Hill's going to shave his beard off.
Who has?
Adam Hills. He'll be shaving his beard off tonight on the last leg.
Oh, I thought it was a relative.
No.
Who's Adam?
Yeah.
Is the Australian comedian with one leg?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kind of attractive, like not with the beard.
Yeah. Well, I can see that, Lex. Yeah. Your sort.
Yeah. I saw him live once, and he did a very funny bit about having sex with someone and being on top and having to be like a tripod and balance himself. Anyway, we'll probably say hello to the chat, didn't we? We got in. We've got Gemma Lou, who was first in. Hey, Gemma Lou. We've got Margaret Stewart, Christine Davies, Rebecca Turner, Alison M, Sue Erin. We've got Kelly. Kelly, what are you doing there?
Oh, I don't know.
Wow. We've got Kirsten. Quick question, is it Friday already? Yes. And it's the end of January, the 17-week-long month. We've got little Josh who says, where's it gone now? It's just skipped. Happy Brexit and Coronavirus Day. So it's now officially in the UK, which is lovely. Something to look forward to.
In Newcastle, apparently, Karen.
What's that?
The coronavirus.
It's not, is it?
The 2 people are in Newcastle hospital.
Well, if that's not a sign, I've got to stay here, haven't I?
I know. You'd have to be evacuated.
Oh no.
I did see what one of my friend's aunties the other day. She posted, should we get some of those mask things that they're all wearing? Yeah, they're really cheap on Wish.com at the moment. Where's Wish.com, babe?
I saw earlier they're selling out of those. You can't get hold of them in B&Q and places like that. They're just selling like hotcakes at the minute. So if you've got any, hold on to them or stick them on eBay.
Yeah, yeah.
Karen, you could make some fancy masks.
That is genius.
Disney themed.
Yeah, masks. Genius. We've also got Bronwyn all the way from Australia, Janet Plant, Claire Law. We've got one of my ex-students there. Everyone just ignore Dan. Charity, Carry On Regardless, Claire Plant, and Stephanie Edgerton. I'm going to go for that. And Lainey as well. They were there in York and they've been to a Newcastle hospital, but don't worry about stuff like that. I don't worry about stuff like that either, to be honest, because there's been plenty of like outbreaks of things, and it is a lot bigger in the media than it actually is. I've got a friend who's over in Shanghai at the moment. He's from Barbados, but he's there doing like teaching English as a foreign language. And he says it's nowhere near like what it's been reported in the press. So like, the panic is in the press, not in the people, really. So don't worry, Karen. You're more likely to catch TB.
Really though, have I got any chance of catching it? What the most outside I go is round the block to walk the dog.
Exactly, you'll be fine. Don't go around snogging just loads of random. Like,
I won't snog the tramp at the bus stop anymore. I'll stop that.
Yeah, maybe.
A couple of days ago, I had a sore throat. And I went to Nick, oh, my throat's really sore. And he goes, oh, no, you've got the coronavirus. I said, how have I got that? I barely leave the house. The only place I've been to see other people is Pilates.
People have been Googling corona bear virus. Like it comes from the bear.
Did you, was it just a Welsh thing? Right. We used to have the Corona van come around.
Corona pop, yeah. I'm already immune. I've had my Corona.
Exactly. I had Corona when I was about 4 years old, so I'm fine. We're all being
I've just realised I look really, really wonky, but you're currently balanced on a hat box and a pillow, so I'm sorry, I'm a bit wonky.
And
we're all a bit wonky. Karen, don't worry about it.
It's fine. Right, so there's we did sort of have a little topic for today, and then we kind of chatted amongst ourselves and we were like, oh, don't really know much about that, but we'll try anyway. So was it Louise who suggested, was it Lou?
Yeah.
About like, well, what tools like do we all use? You know, with respect to, do we use anything for listing or use anything for you know, looking at prices like worth point and things like that, and we all just kind of like went, really, not really. So we're going to try and start with that topic and maybe flip it across to you guys in the chat as well. So
by the way, Mandy's saying, oh, ignore me then, and her and Karen are going, don't worry. Well, Karen says, don't worry, and me, Mandy. So apparently you ignored Karen.
Okay, we will ignore you then.
Can questions be random, or do they have to be reselling related, Lainey says?
They can be random ones, can't they?
Yeah. Well, we didn't exactly start well with reselling, did we? We've chatted about everything else but.
Karen, yes, we're not going to talk to you, Karen. Go and do some listing. And yes, hi Mandy, hi Anne-Marie G. I think that's everyone, isn't it now? Just in case. Okay. Right, so tools that we use then. Kelly, you said that you were thinking outside the box on this one, so please help. And
yeah, initially I thought I don't really use any tools, because I think it was initially talking about Therapeutic, weren't we?
That's the
which
one.
I didn't even realise I had, because I've got the basic shop. I've checked it this morning and I have got it. So that's not something I've used. But the other things I've come up with was obviously the completed and sold. I'd consider that as tool. It's there available for everybody to use. Check the prices. Other resellers, definitely.
They are definitely tools.
Yeah, they're definitely tools. Some of them. No. I'll take that. I retract that statement. Can you edit that out, Lex? No, but what sprang to mind was I brought a car emblem and I couldn't remember that it was called an emblem. I was thinking badge. So I quickly messaged Richard Payne. I says, can you tell me what this is called? I can't put my finger on what it's called. And he comes straight back, yeah, it's an emblem. So that saved me trying to figure out what it was. And I thought, of course it's a bloody emblem.
Yeah.
Of course it's an emblem when he once he said it, but I totally forgot.
You can swear on my channel, Kelly. It's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that is one of the greatest things. It's that hive mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's, when you're on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and you've got the whole audience going, it's that one. That's really useful to have, isn't it? That we can all post something in the chat or on a Facebook group and go like, what on earth is this? And then someone out there will go, oh, it's one of them. It's by that designer. It's made then. You go, oh, that's
Thank
amazing.
you so much. Yeah.
Exactly. You just saved me like half an hour of Googling, which is fab.
Yeah, that's another
Heather, isn't it? It's normally Heather that tells us what something is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Facebook groups is another one I've put down. Obviously, you can join specialist Facebook groups, and most people are more than happy to help. Google and Pinterest as well. Pinterest is quite a good one.
Pinterest is really good for things like dress shapes and sleeves and certain design periods and stuff like that. Like I do have a few pinned where it's, that's a really handy.
I do as well.
So obviously that helps you with your keywords, doesn't it? If you're not familiar with dress shapes and all that sort of things. So particularly for some of the blokes that are getting into clothing, or anyone who's just starting, really.
Or even just someone who sells clothing that still has no idea what to put down. I don't know. Does anyone search by sleeve type on eBay? Seriously? I want a dolman.
Only normally short or 3/4, not actual sleeve style.
Yeah.
They might possibly this season because puff sleeves are very in.
That's fair enough.
Somebody might put in puff sleeve, possibly.
Yeah. That's the only kind of thing, though. You wouldn't search for a dolman sleeve or I don't know what the other types are, to be honest.
Most of the time when we're listing, it's just basic long sleeve or short sleeve, and they don't even have that in the sleeve type. It's like so you just have to leave it blank. There's no, you can't.
Bit of material that's attached to the main bit. No, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, we have had a couple of questions in. Okay, very quickly, one from Lainey. If you had to get a tattoo right now, what would it be and why?
Ooh.
Go on then, Karen.
Well, funnily enough, I couldn't get to sleep last night, so that was where my brain went at one point last night when I was laying here. I was like, because, I'm not getting any younger, and I thought, I might get a tattoo. And it will be a heart with a D and an M in it.
Darren and Monte.
The Danger Mouse.
Well, I thought if me and Darren split up, then people would think it would be Dad and Mum.
So
me and Darren are going to split up.
That's one thing I'd never do is have somebody's name tattooed on me. Never.
No.
Tempting fate.
I told you about Darren, didn't I? The whole inside of his arm, it's got my name in massive letters. And he had that done. And we'd only been together about 8 months. And I nearly died. I was like, I can't believe you've done that.
Yeah.
But obviously he was confident.
You can never leave him then.
Not allowed.
Well, he'd have trouble finding another car in, wouldn't he?
True. You can only marry Karens now. Right. A sensible question.
I want to know first if Andrew would have a tattoo.
Oh yeah, I've thought about it a lot. I'd get a bird. I think I told Lexis a while back that I would have a bird on my wrist. And Ellen's been talking about, well, she's even had one designed for her, but now she wants to work for Disney. She can't have one. So I said, if she does go and have one, I'll go with her and get it done.
Oh, of course. She wants to work in the parks.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
You're not allowed to be tattooed.
That could be perfect. Yeah. Kelly?
I'd like a cover up because I had a hummingbird on my shoulder when I was 15. I'd like it just enhancing.
Ah. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And you know, I'm just covered in tattoos.
Yeah, you just got random stuff all over, haven't you?
I don't need rhyme or reason for any of mine. I just fancy, yeah, I want to have something done. Okay.
The reason that I put it off though is because I don't heal very well, and I think if I get it done, will it just not heal properly, or that worries me.
With me, that's the same with me. That's
if you've got a weaker immune system, it can.
Yeah, my immune system's fine, but my skin just doesn't heal very well.
Yeah. So my skin heals really quickly, like quick. Okay, so
Wolverine.
Elizabeth.
Wolverine.
I am. I could actually have blades in there. I'll get them out for you later. Okay, so does anyone think that Brexit will have an effect on GSP sales to Europe? 15% of his has been going to France, Italy, and Spain. Has eBay released anything?
I don't know.
They have. There was like a statement the other day, didn't they, saying like, when we know something new, which is lies, because eBay knows loads that they're not telling us. Different subject. I honestly haven't got a clue. What do you ladies think?
I don't think anyone knows yet, apart from, as you say, eBay that are not telling us. No, I don't know. We're all just feeling in the dark at the moment with everything, aren't we?
Absolutely. I mean, we don't know how this is going to affect us. I mean, do we have any kind of deal other than we're going to get chlorinated chicken from America? Like, that's the only thing I know.
I'm very, very glad I'm vegan.
I know, right? Yeah. But other than that, I have no idea how it's going to affect us, if it will affect us at all. I think the only thing to do is just wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which is a disappointing answer.
Immediately, nothing much is going to happen, is it? Because officially, things don't run out until the end of this year.
Yeah.
So they were saying things like passports and people's summer holidays aren't going to be affected this year and things like that. So we're not going to know much until the 1st of January next year, really.
True. Yeah. So that's.
Yeah.
So we've got a whole year to wait and see if it all goes to crap again.
Yeah.
Right, I need to find that comment again.
Well, Rust Reloaded says, I reckon the pound will plummet and therefore sales via GSP will go up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Quite possible. So it could actually be to our benefit. Something about Brexit will be to our benefit? Surely not. Not what I voted for. Question from Donna. So hello, ladies. Hi. Do any of you bother to insure your stock and set up limited companies?
No.
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 And what is our reason for that, ladies? I mean, for me personally, I don't insure my stock because it's already paid for. And I know this sounds really quite flippant. I've already paid for those items, calculated it into my profit and loss, tax, everything. I've already made profit as well and lived off of that profit and bought more stock. Effectively, what I've got now is free. I've got 22 grand's worth of stuff listed and it's all paid for, calculated, gone. I could not buy anything for the next 6 months and just hopefully live off that. So that's why I don't insure it, because if it's gone, I've already made money on it anyway. There's no huge loss. You see what I mean? So what about you, ladies?
Well, we informed our home insurance company that we work from home, and so they know that we work from home. But whether our stock's insured, I don't know. Definitely all our equipment is, but yeah.
Yeah, I think things like, obviously your laptop and stuff like that and your phone, it's probably good to insure, like your assets in that sense.
Yeah, and computers and stuff.
Yeah.
I
think maybe if you were storing it in, say, a storage facility or in someone else's, I don't know, property, like in a shop unit or something, then you would.
Yeah, but even when we had a shop, we couldn't insure our stock because it was to do with our landlord. We had to have a particular security. We had to have shutters on the outside of the doors, and the landlord wouldn't allow that because it said it spoiled the look of the street. so we couldn't even insure our stock then when we had a shop.
Oh,
Yeah, we were insured for damage, but we weren't insured for theft.
right. Okay, that's bizarre, isn't it?
I know.
Well, and what about limited companies then? Because even though I've got a business degree, sort of, I have no idea what a limited company really means.
No, I don't know what the benefit is really for that. I mean, Nick and I are a partnership, but
Yeah.
we've never gone down the road of limited company. I think it separates it. One of the benefits is it separates it from you personally.
Yes.
So if the business were to go under, it wouldn't affect you financially, personally.
That's
But,
what I was just going to say. It
Yeah.
separates the person from the company,
yeah,
and the company pays you your salary. It works like that. Whereas
yeah,
when you've got your own business, it's different, isn't it? I did read something about it because my sister's in-laws have got a vineyard, and they've been doing all of that at the moment, setting all that up, and we were talking about that.
I don't know how easy it'd be, and I think Becca's just raised that point as well, to insure second-hand items. Anyway,
yeah.
Yeah, because Saleen's just pointed out, how would you? There you go. Yeah, would it only be insured on what you pay for it or what it's listed as? And if you bought it from a car boot sale, well, then there's pretty much no proof whatsoever, is there? So
I think it's the price you paid rather than the price it's sale price, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If you lose something, or if the Royal Mail lose something, they'll only reimburse you what you paid for it.
Yeah.
And you have to prove that, which is difficult with secondhand stuff.
Although I did get a full refund from Royal Mail the other day. So I sent them screenshots of what I'd listed it as, which was like I don't know, $15.99 say, and the screenshot of the PayPal page where they had paid, and they gave me back the price the person had paid and the price of postage as well. So I got full refund.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah. So $25.99 I got back from Royal Mail. I don't know what the difference was. I just gave them as much information as possible. I don't know. I did have some people to get stamps back, which obviously that really sucks when you've lost, a nice item through the post, and it's not your fault when you've sent it international tracked and signed. So,
yeah.
That's a tool I use. There you go. Going back to tools, then one of the most important tools for me is the post office. And I tell you what, if you can, I would say use your post office and pay them the money. Don't pay Royal Mail online. Go into the shop and give the post office your money to post your items, because the post office is so important. And if they close down, so many people are going to be screwed, And I know it will make more business
sense.
To use online postage and save that 10 pence from each parcel.
Yeah, but look, also if everybody did that though, they'd have queues out the door every day. I mean, the queue's long enough as it is with us just dropping off our sacks. I mean, they have loads of people that do exactly the same thing and just drop off a sack every day. So yeah.
Are you giggling at drop sack?
And also when we used to use our post office in town when we had the shop, they used to get so cross with us, the amount of parcels every day. They'd see us come in and disappear, and leave some poor unwitting woman that, just started to deal with our, 50 parcels or whatever. So, no, they don't really like it when you take them lots and lots of parcels.
Which is a shame for them, because obviously, in the next couple of years, I think we're going to see a lot more post offices shut. Like the one that I have in town is in danger as well. And I tell you what, it would be a nightmare for so many people if that place goes down. There is they've already taken away our library. There is nowhere else that's like a hub.
Yeah.
Take away the post office, so many people are going to be. But I can definitely. Obviously, it would be easier. It would be great to just be able to, you know, to leave your stuff there and, you know.
I think it's like a lot of different areas. They like charities. Some charities don't like resellers, but resellers spend so much money with charities. Some post offices don't like resellers, but we send so much parcels through the post.
Yeah.
And we can't win really, can we? As resellers, we've got to know that some people are not going to like us just because of what we do. But at the end of the day, we're supporting lots of different areas, aren't we? Doing what we do.
And we're giving a lot of money to charity as well at the same time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's that Rush Reload is saying? Ask your local post office whether they've got one of the old contracts or one of the newer ones. My local post office says they get paid a fixed sum on an older contract. Whether I buy postage, that's cool through them, or makes not a jot of difference. Okay, so some of them will still be getting like paid the postage even if you do them online, which is good. I know mine don't, so that's why I go into the shop and I use their self-service machines, and I am so quick at them. Honestly, I'm quicker than the people behind the counter. They watch me going, oh my god. I'm training them. And what's that Alison says? I think they give back the sale price unless you're a business. People dealing with cases don't often check. So that's in response to getting your money back off Royal Mail. Okay. Bronwyn from Australia says, I ask people why they don't like resellers, but I never get a coherent answer. I think
it's because they're jealous.
Yeah. It is.
No, I don't think they even really realise themselves. They're just kind of, I don't know, they always say, oh, because you're stealing from charity or you're doing charity out of money, but that's absolutely the opposite to what we do. So I never really understand the argument.
Well, no, there's Bernardo's in my town, and there's a volunteer who works in there that is like happy to give me preferential treatment, shall we say, you know. And he's like, well, the amount that you spend in here, and he knows exactly what I do, but and there's days when I've been into Emmaus and they've like, you know, they've gone, oh, we've not hit our target for today. Our target is £150 and we've not hit our target. And I'm like, right, what do you need me to spend then? And and you know, and they're like, oh, thanks so much. Like, we need another 30 quid. I'm like, right, give me 30 quid's worth of stuff, you know, and I'll help you hit your target. Because you know, there is a lot of us around that are helping them hit their targets. Those £2 sales every so often, you know, from their other regular customers, that's fine. But we are buying in the hundreds, aren't we?
I mean, obviously, I've been volunteering in a charity shop, and the majority of people that come in, they'll spend like less than £5.
Yeah,
pretty much. There's very, very rarely someone will spend more than that.
Yeah,
exactly. And not saying that they're not justified in that. Of course they can, you know, it is for everyone. But, you know, we do spend a lot of money.
Yeah. Can we just say how cute are Bronwyn's dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're dogs. I thought they were And Becca says it's because we're scum, making money from
I'm scum, I am.
I tend to find the store managers are all right. It's some of the volunteers that get a bit like, so why are you buying lots of different size pairs of shoes?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not for business, actually.
I got that yesterday. I got, you know, this stuff in the sale is non-refundable. Do you not want to try any of it on? And I was thinking, some of it's size 10. Do I look like a size 10?
Oh, I definitely had people, you know, I bought like, you know, a tiny little thing and they're like, do you want to try it on first? It's like, no, it's fine. I just go like, it'll fit someone out there.
I would say something like, oh yeah, I'm just buying it for my daughter.
Yeah, you've got a good excuse there. Whereas I'm not very good at that. I'll just go like, yeah, I'm just going to sell it. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I've said before I'm buying it for the material.
Ah, yes.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Right. So Joan is in TK Maxx in Lantrison today. So she's saying hello. Now, TK Maxx, who does retail arbitrage?
Yeah.
I do, but I haven't done it in there yet.
Andrea?
Yeah, we do retail arbitrage. We've done a little bit in TK Maxx before, but not done very well. Made some mistakes.
But that's sort of one tool.
Mm.
See what I did there?
Yeah, well, we both did a bit this morning, didn't we, Lex?
Yes, we've both been to the boot sales, like boots
Boots,
sale.
Sale.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nick and I have confused each other with that so many times. We've talked about the boot sale, and we've both been like, "What?
Yeah.
I can't make sense of what you're talking about. Boot sale?"
Yeah. My mum was like, there's a car boot sale on Friday morning. I'm like, no, the boots sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both because how did I heard about it from, here's a tool for you, money saving expert website, because in the forums they were talking about it and they said that it was on a Friday last January where they started the 70% off sale. So they speculated that it was going to be today. And then I think someone who worked in Boots, kind of confirmed it, on the fly. So when I turned up to Boots this morning at 8:30, there was already a queue like halfway around the block.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah. So it was a good, I don't know, say 20, 30 people in front of me. I thought I was going to be, the clever one that turned up and I was the only one that, no.
Yeah. Well, I did a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, Nick and I did really well with the boot sale. And, there was tons and tons of stuff left and hardly anyone was buying it. But I think everybody's onto it now.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Nottingham and Boots is in Nottingham. And my daughter, because she works for the NHS, she gets a special discount to go to the Boots outlet, which is normally discontinued stuff. So I might have to take a trip there with her and just see it for myself. And she goes and buys makeup and stuff, like 50 pence and stuff like that, really reduced.
Yeah.
So maybe it might be worth me going and having a look.
There wasn't a lot left, I have to say.
It's good if you like Harry Potter or like me, Mean Girls. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of Marvel stuff left as well.
Yeah. And the food things. Like
Yeah.
natural stuff. Yeah. But that is a handy tool actually for, I suppose, for anybody who does do arbitrage, is to sign up to the money saving expert website and get the deals on that, because they post them regularly. And is it Hot Deals UK as well?
Yeah.
They send out like one every day where it's, there's a special deal on this, or
discount codes, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook page called Extreme Bargains UK, I think, as well.
Oh, right.
Okay. And they often show stuff that's been really slashed in prices and stuff.
Yeah.
They're also good for mispricing when stuff's been mispriced and it's coming scanning through at like 50p and it should be 50 quid.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't turn up very often, but
that's one thing I do as well in Tesco's. You do the self-scan thing. So anything that's been reduced on the shelves, scan it again, like with your little gun thing, because it's possible that it's been reduced even further than what the ticket says on the side of the shelf.
Yeah.
I've had it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bought a ton of Atkins bars like last year, and I think they said there was 70 something pence on the shelves, like half price. And then when I scanned them, they were like 28 pence, and they were on a 3 for 2 offer. And I was like, I'm having the lot. Just went, yep, fine. Bargain. Spent 50 quid
on chocolate bars.
Yeah, they lasted me like 6 months. So.
Well, Darren used to work in Boots before he was a support worker. And one year he got me one of those ginormous Father Christmases, the lint Father Christmases, for 50p.
Wow.
It lasted a long time.
8 minutes.
Chocolate don't last very long in my house at all.
A couple more hellos. So who we got in? Carry on regardless. I think I might have said hello to. Got Tom. We've got Tom tax return, pay it. We've got Shiv. Hi Shiv. Shelley Joe, who was turned up to the big boot sale this morning and they didn't have it on. That's bizarre. Go back and nag them. We've got a question from Karen. So have any of you ever purchased off Wish to flip on eBay?
No.
Well, the kind of things that
that flashes up on my Facebook, gimp masks and stuff like that.
Gimp masks and butt plugs and
just shows you what I'm googling for, doesn't it?
Oh, Kelly.
Of like tights with like willy compartments and stuff.
We must get the same ads, Lex.
I think it's quite bizarre. There's a couple of them that I've been like, well, what is that? Like, where are you putting?
I don't know what it says about me, but the adverts I get for Wish, it's always kitchen utensils.
Are you spanking Darren with a whisk?
No, with a spatula.
I don't think I've even seen any adverts for Wish. So.
Oh, we're now. They're listening, Andrea. They're listening. They'll come.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But no, I think because I bought off Wish for myself, I've kind of found the quality not exactly great.
Yeah.
For a lot of things. So I wouldn't feel comfortable then selling things like that on. I think it would damage my brand. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's always disappointing when you order from Wish. I mean, you've seen the photos of someone orders a nice dress and it turns up and it's just, you know, yeah, and they are hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't think
Sorry, it reminded me of what Karen was showing us this morning. What was that?
I don't know.
That weird sort of moon shape thing. Karen, what was that?
Yeah.
Is it one of them things that you suck the snot out of your child's
Does she call it a child sniffer?
your child's nose?
It looks
yeah. Is it like a snot sniff sucker? A snot sucker. I don't know. She's not answering. Oh, there's a delay.
Yeah. No, it's very, very strange stuff that they put on there. I don't think I would trust it really as something to buy in bulk from and sell on. And that's not really.
What was it Carla brought random the other week from the car boot from the filler bag?
Massive
earwax remover. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
So some people do buy them.
I bought Darren one. They're absolutely rubbish.
What, a big dildo?
No. Oh, I hope he's not watching. An earwax remover.
But I tell you what, though, a friend of mine who used to be in the antiques place with me, he does private label stuff from China, and he does sex toys. And I tell you what, he does no work whatsoever. He'll occasionally just like check in with like the guys that sell for him, but he's always in the pub. He's got a great life. But yeah, all he does is he ships over dildos from like China, puts his own, private label stuff on it and sells it on Amazon. And that's what he lives off. He used to be the 4th biggest Amazon bookseller until he got into sex toys. So.
Have you got a discount code, Lex?
Rates on it.
Kelly, what did you have for breakfast? You're being very naughty today.
Because we're on Lex's channel.
Anything goes on my channel, it's fine, isn't it?
I didn't mean for me, I meant for the chat. Of course.
I thought you meant for you.
Yeah, all right. Do you need to have a special license to sell adult toys? Not that she's restricted at all. I'm sure you haven't, Karen. I know that when I tried to sell porn, vintage porn on eBay, they got taken down like straight away. And I don't know if it's because I just didn't cover up bits or if I needed to ask a permission or something. But it was literally like within minutes of listing them, they got taken down. So I don't know about licenses at all. I would presume so because you have to sell to over 18s and stuff, I think. I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I buy my liquid off eBay, and you have to do a facial verification of your age now, and I passed mine straight away, which was really disappointing. But yeah, you do. You have to let them scan your face, which is quite scary.
Whenever I go through passport check, you know, you have the electronic ones. Put your passport down, and then it scans your face. Mine always comes up with a no. Go and see someone. We don't believe.
So does mine every time. Every time.
Yeah.
And they say, pull your hair away from your face. And I do that and it still doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like Ellen and Nick have gone through and they were just waiting for me, like, come on then.
No, it's totally not fair.
Yeah.
Right, do we have any other questions? Josh says you have to cover stuff up for selling porn because Josh knows all about that.
Mandy says, I think you put Bulbasaur in it. I presume she's still talking about the sniffer.
Not hopefully, and not dildos, because that might hurt a little bit. Okay, so should we go back to the subject of tools then?
I thought we were still talking about tools of different nature.
Different kinds of tools, ladies' tools, isn't it? Seriously though, okay. So this is, I showed you ladies earlier my massive tool, didn't I? So I use a notebook. And it's not even a planner or a journal or some fancy schmancy thing with, you know, inserts and stuff. It's just an A4 notebook from Poundland. And that is probably, other than my laptop and my phone, like the thing I use the most as my special tool.
Yeah, I've been using Mel gave out when she started her Etsy thing with the worksheets. That's basically taken off hers.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing. I've just adapted it for myself for 30 because I'm doing the 35 per week, aren't I? So I just write them down in there to keep me on track.
So how is that tallies, or do you write down exactly what you listed? Or?
Write down, I don't know if you can see what I've listed, tick it when it's actually live, what I've listed it for, and then I tally it I haven't done it yet, but I tally what it's adds up to over the week. It's just for me really, but yeah, I have started using them more.
And do you find it motivates you more to list?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Visual representation.
Yeah, just keeping that small note. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. It's just for me, like I say. But yeah, it does help because I know I can clearly see what I've got left to do. Look, can you see that?
Yeah.
And
so does that look daunting to you when you see the blank, like, or does that like go, I can do this?
I can. Yeah, I think to myself, I can do 11. I've got 11 more to do.
Cool. Yay. Karen, what do you use then?
Well, I've shown it before, but I made my own listing manifest. So I've got on there the description of the item, the colour and the size, the measurements, any other information, the price I paid, the listed price, and then I've got a little tick box for when it's listed. I know that sounds a lot, but I like that because if I lose a listing on eBay, I can refer back to that and I don't need to retake measurements or anything. And I like to have a written record of things that I do because sometimes computers do fail. So I just keep them filed away. And that's what I like to use, pen and paper when I'm working. I don't know if it's back from when I was a secretary or what, but I always like to use pen and paper.
That's a lot of work.
Well, I do that, and then I can take this to bed with me and sit.
I was about to say that.
Bed.
No,
so I do that as I'm measuring something. I write that down as I'm measuring, and also when I'm researching the price that I'm going to list it for, And then literally all I need, I mean, this is away on holiday with me because I've got like 15 listings that I can do from this. And then I've bought some blank ones with me for the stuff that I buy while I'm here. So I can do that before I go home.
Yeah, because I always list here at my desk, and I've always got, well, that's just a random thing, but I've always got whatever I'm listing in front of me.
Yeah.
So I'll do the measurements as I'm doing the listing, whereas, like you say, you can take yours off and do it in a separate room because you've got all the details.
I've done that on the train before. I've sat and, you know, done drafts on the train before. I'm sorry if you can hear noise. My dad's making soup and he's just turned the blender on. It's really loud. It's really handy just to have that because I can sit and list anywhere.
That's cool. Andrea, do you have something similar?
No. No, I do the same. I have the stuff in front of me, so I just work with what I've got in front of me, measure it and list. So I don't write anything down particularly. I write notes to myself if I need to remember something. So I always have a notepad on my desk. But yeah, I'm not very, I'm not meticulous in writing down my listings or anything like that.
No, the only thing I do is tally, and I just make sure that I have 10 every day going live, and that's it. And that's the only tool in that sense.
Yeah, well, I generally I pick out my 10, I prep it, and then I've got it on my table, work through it, put it away in the drawers, done.
Yeah.
So
you can't hear that, can you?
No, it's fine.
No.
Sounds like he's drilling a hole.
No, honestly, you're fine. You know, Kelly puffing away though.
Sorry.
All right. Karen says she just writes the measurements on the sticky label and put them on the bag. Does that class too? Yeah, because it's part of your workflow system, isn't it? It's anything that a tool, I think, is just anything that helps your work, help you get through it quicker and more efficiently, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just a question for us ladies. How many of us have been like managers? Like had to manage people, you know. Yeah.
When I worked in our price, I was a supervisor and acting assistant manager for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And what I found was especially when you get up to management level, having to deal with other people's systems, and you can see when kind of flaws in the system and stuff. Like when I took over the Blockbuster store and I was like, oh my God, no wonder so much stock is going missing. You're doing stock take all wrong and stuff like that. You need to do it when the store is closed, for God's sakes. Things like that. So do you think, I don't know whether it's from working in a management position, I don't know, I'm just in general.
No, because I've worked at Tesco before, and that did my head in, the way they did things, and I was constantly thinking, why don't you just do it this way?
Yeah. So you've come from a logical sense, you can see how the system works, and you're there going why? It
can be improved, improved upon.
Yeah. But I look at that now sometimes when we're shopping places, and I think, this really isn't working well here.
Yeah.
Things not going right.
For example, as well, so Bernardo's in town, they've had, and this really pisses me off actually. So I've been in nearly every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and this morning, their racks are still half empty. And I know that they've had 2 deliveries in this time. So what on earth is happening upstairs that they're not getting that delivery straight down onto the shop floor? There is some flaw in their system upstairs that means that they're losing money from not getting it down onto the shop floor. So that's got to be a problem that we as sellers have as well, is that kind of that dumping ground that's over there in that cardboard box that I don't look at. What is stopping me from getting the stuff there onto the shop floor? What is the fault in that system?
Yeah.
And it's maybe trying to identify that, isn't it?
Well, I know with the charity shop that I work in, if stuff gets donated and it's not, what do you call it? Where they give money to get the money from the... Sorry?
Gift aid?
Gift aid, yeah. If it's not gift aid, She literally gets it straight out on the shop floor, but she has to go through this whole system if it's gift aided. So that stuff all goes to one side. The stuff that's not gift aid goes straight out on the shop floor. So that could be a reason.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about us as sellers then? What can we do? What tools can we use? Sorry. to make that bit more efficient then. Like Andrea, do you have a big death pile?
I have a huge death pile.
Yay!
Yay.
But you do move stock through quite quickly, don't you? As in, like, you might have a lot of it. But
I think it's the listing bit that's the backup, isn't it? Because once I've listed it, it's like, and then it's in the system and it goes through. So it's having enough time to
actually get to
So really, and this is the conversation I have with Nick often, it's my issue because I'm too particular and I take too long over my listings, and it takes me too long to list stuff. So that's my sticking point.
Yeah.
Everything else is quite well organized. It's just me and my taking too long to do something because I'm so like pernickety about how I present my item to the public.
Well, yeah, because I see your photographs on your Instagram feed and things, and like your items look beautiful. They look like, you know, catalog kind of items, you know.
Yeah. And I love that, and that's the part that I really enjoy. So, you know, but it just means that it takes me longer to get things through the system.
Yes. Okay. But that is also a selling tool, though, isn't it? Having that like glorious looking picture and putting it on Instagram, like, you're kind of using that as a selling tool as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you do make sales like that.
Yeah, definitely. If I sometimes I put things on and then it sells within the day or so, and that's literally because people have seen it there and they've gone, oh right, go and have a look on eBay, and yeah,
that's really handy.
Like the owl candle holder, for instance, that sold straight away to a subscriber.
Yeah. So even though Nick is a total like, oh, he'll find a listing that he likes that's similar on eBay, go sell similar, change a couple of things, take a photograph. Okay, he's listed that really quickly. That's fine.
Yeah.
However, with the items that you're selling, you can't just go sell similar. There is no similar to sell.
No, there isn't. No.
So you have to be more picky in your listing because yours are individual items. Nick needs to understand that.
Yeah, he doesn't, but he's asleep now because he didn't sleep last night, so he's not watching.
Make him watch that bit back then.
I wondered why he hadn't interrupted yet.
Yeah.
He does, doesn't it?
Alison's asking, how long does each listing take you?
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It really varies. Depends how much research I do on something, because I can go down a rabbit hole thinking that's interesting. Oh, and I'm just gonna, and I've researched a whole section on a particular, sculpture or whatever, and it's got nothing to do with my item. It's just I'm like, oh yeah.
But
a head full of knowledge.
That information could be useful somewhere along the line. I mean, Kelly, you had one with the salt and pepper stations the other day.
Oh yes, yeah. That's just something that I've actually sold some of that pattern before. Jessie Tate Zambezi pattern for midwinter. I've sold some before, and when I saw it in the charity shop yesterday, I brought a little salt and pepper pot. It rung a bell, and obviously salt and pepper pots aren't always marked underneath. So I was just going off memory. And unfortunately there wasn't what I thought there was, but it's brought that back into my consciousness again. Oh yeah, that's a good one to look out for.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously shared it with you guys, show you what the pattern was like and the prices that they can get.
So you've done that research before, and then that's stuck in your head, and then you've gone, oh, hopefully it's that. So that's useful, isn't it? So even if you're doing the research, like, you'll remember that at some point and go, oh yeah, that was a good price on that.
Yeah.
Or I remember that Lex sold a goggle jug fish shaped thing, and now every fucker has got them. But that's fine. Who's there saying something about photographs? Donna, was it? The sticky point was processing photos. Would spend an hour tweaking every single photo and then realize that they were okay, nicely lit and in focus. So now when you tweak the main thumbnail photo. Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, that app that people have been talking about, I've started using that. That's brilliant. Is that called Photobox?
No.
Photo Room. Photo Room.
Yeah, Photo
Yeah,
Room.
that is brilliant. I've been using that, and that is actually saving me time, because I used to spend ages taking, retaking, whatever, trying to get the white balance right. And now I just make sure that at least the color of the item looks okay. Doesn't matter how dark the background is. I can even zoom out, because it doesn't matter if I've got my desk in it, because then I just go in Photo Room, and then it, it just blocks everything else out, and you've got your lovely item on a white background.
Unfortunately, that is only available on iPhone, Apple, isn't it? iPhone or iPad. I use it on my iPad.
Yeah.
And it's been a game changer for me as well, really, because I can take my photos in here and just brighten the background up to pure white, which is fantastic. But I do always put the original photo in with the listing as well. I don't tweak them all. I just do the main picture tweet and then put the original photo in, so they can see it in the different ways, and they can't say, well, clearly this has been photoshopped, as they'd probably say.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Can I just say something? There's somebody in the chat right now that needs to do one, because you're absolutely talking out of your backside right now. So can you just go away, please?
Who's that?
Oh dear.
Sleepyhead
HD. I think they've gone, haven't they? You've blocked them.
I can't see why. What have they said? Did they say something rude?
They said something nasty about Andrea, and you couldn't be more wrong if you tried. So just
perhaps better not read that then.
It's gone anyway. It's not there now. It's been done.
Thank you very much for sorting that out. I missed that, but thank you very much if you sorted that
Apparently, Photo Fuse for Android blocks out the background as well, so that might be one to write down. In fact, I'll make a note of that, because I know Heather was after one, wasn't she?
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll have a look at that. I, for one, I'm still not convinced by it. As to whether or not it does look nice, and it looks clean, and it looks like a Google, an image that can be Google searched, which is obviously going to help, isn't it? Because they like the nice, clean image. The only thing for me is because I'm a pretentious twat that has done filmmaking and that goes, oh no, I like, to have the depth of field in my photos and other such wanky things like that. That is not needed. I like a gradient in my, like, oh, shut up, Lex, you twat. The photograph of some clothes. But because I'm a prick like that, that's why I keep my background.
See, I know we're meant to have these white backgrounds, but the ones that always catch my eyes are the ones with the plants in that's been staged a little bit. They always catch my eye.
Yeah.
I tell you who's got lovely photos of furniture, and that's Pound Girl.
Yeah.
Sexy as.
Yeah, definitely.
In her front room, isn't it, with her VR sign? Like, she's got really nice photos in her. It's really lovely, well lit and everything. Again, as a filmmaker, I'm like, ooh, nice. That's cinematography, that.
Thank you very much, Ashley Cumming, for your comment there. Appreciate that.
Andrea. Remember,
Team Andrea.
I don't even know what was said, so
No, honestly, it was an absolute pile of garbage anyway, so they can just go and get a life somewhere.
Yes, absolutely. You tell them. But also, sparkly jacket.
Yeah, well, thank you, Ashley. I don't know what was said, but thank you. I'm better off just living in my oblivious little bubble,
Same. Great.
Or my cave, as we talked about the other day.
For starters, they said three of us were common. And I'm sorry, but I'm not common. I'm very unusual.
Don't give them any more airtime. That's what I say. Just let's move on. Idiots. You get them though, don't you?
Yeah.
Not normally on my channel though. Okay. So they can just, well, we'll go and we'll chat later, whoever it was. You message me and we'll have a little conversation about this therapy for free. Right, we are kind of coming up to the hour now. So does anybody have any other questions, quick questions that they'd like us to answer? Have we answered the thing about tools? Therapy, sorry, used it once.
Yeah, I don't use Terapeak, don't use OptiSeller. Is that what it's called?
Used Worth
And
Point.
I think that Nick uses Web Interpret or something for like international listings, but I don't get involved with that, so I don't know. I just use GSP.
I did have a quick look at Terapeak earlier, and I can see how it might be useful because I brought a brand new with tags warehouse dress, which was £65, and I've decided to put that in and check. And even new, they don't sell for a lot of money. So you might think because it's £65 and it's brand new with tags that you might get 35 for it, possibly. They just don't sell for any money. So obviously if you stick it on for 35, it's just going to keep going round and round and round. So when realistically, it's more in the £18 to £20 range.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what is the best tool that we all use on there to find out prices? It's just completing
Completing the
results.
results.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the one that all of us use and use probably the most as well.
Yeah, it gives you more of an up-to-date kind of idea of things as well, how much things have sold for recently.
Yeah, absolutely. And also you can just go, okay, in the ladies' shoes category, what shoes are sold recently and at the highest price, and then just sort from that and go, whoa, those are the names that I need to look out for in the shops. Then they're the ones that are selling like the most. There you go. That's an easy
I think
tool.
there's a section, isn't there? There's a section on eBay where you can search for the 10 most purchased brands in different categories. Yeah, I have looked at that before, but I couldn't tell you where it is. I've forgotten.
Nice.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't think where it is now either. I mentioned it once before. Is it in growth or something on the growth tab?
Yeah,
I think that's it.
So we've totally been the correct people to ask about using.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not very much help
business
at all.
person. I am.
Wow.
I can't believe it's been an hour already. I've enjoyed that, Lex. Could go on, I think. But you need a coffee, don't you?
We'll say hello and goodbye to Helen. And
hello, Helen.
Wait. Quick question from Sal with Ron. How many monthly cycles on an item before you mark down or heavily remove? Till I get sick of the sight of it.
Yeah, not long for me. I like it in and out.
I think I generally go about 3 months. That went over my head.
Oh dear, we better go.
Yeah. And on that note,
can we just say happy birthday to my mum for Sunday?
Yeah, happy birthday to Karen's mum.
Yeah,
have a lovely celebration.
Yeah, thank you. I can't believe she's going to be 70 because she looks fabulous for it.
Ah, can't believe you're going to be 12. Anyway, see you next time.
Bye.
See you later.